So, here's a fun dude. Uno Isozaki. I cannot pronounce his name for the life of me. He's a colorful fellow, and he's the play-by-play announcer for the Grand Prix. Which means that yes, we are getting color commentary for the cabaret battle.
Of course. I don't think I would ever expect differently for whatever reason.
I mean, why not? It's an actual like tournament league this time.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it, sure.
Also, Yuki is the same Yuki from 20 years ago in Yakuza 0.
And yet you think that the other one could not be the same?
I mean, she could be, but the game never really expands on it.
It could be one of those
like
Easter eggs.
It's just two women with the same name, really.
I don't know.
Like, this one is explicitly the same Yuki from 20 years ago. The former #1 hostess of Club Sunshine, who decided to start her own club.
I'm just gonna argue and make you think that it's in like dialogue that you skipped because you sometimes go too fast.
I mean, it could be.
And then doubt settled.
So yeah, Club Forshine is just getting off the ground, and we've been invited to participate via special exception, which means we have to start our way from the bottom and work our way up. Oh, I guess it was technically spoilers for me to say that Club Sunshine was the champion last video, but it's not that big a deal, I guess.
Alright.
Alright, so here are the enemy platinum hostesses this time. Just like with Kirara, don't look them up at work.
I mean, you don't even have to add the at work.
I mean, I'm not gonna begrudge anyone if they want to on their own private time, just don't do it with people around. Anyway, there's Kana, here's Eika, here's Yua. And the last one was Shoko. Our first opponent is gonna be Kana.
Could they reach 5 shine? No, that would be too foolish of them.
Camera, please. I think I see what they were going for, but it's kind of hard not to see it as something else.
Yeah, I'm starting to get like desensitized to that sort of thing.
It happens.
You know it's getting bad at that point.
Yeah. Anyway, let's manage our lineup a little bit. Sakura and Cherry are exhausted after yesterday, so why don't we let these two girls take over for the time being? Ono Michiko and Ono Michio are well, I got them as pre-order bonuses for this game, but I think you can just buy them as DLC. Here's the makeover section. You can customize how the girl looks and try to raise their stats down there to a certain level. what I like doing is I like going to having them having 3 S's and just having 1 dump stat.
Mm.
You can accessorize them. You can do their makeup and hair. Although I don't think makeup actually affects their parameters down there. And all the costs for accessories and dresses and stuff are coming out of your pocket.
Of course.
But that's fine. You should be making money hand over fist here.
What else is different with me and women? Someone's gonna take that the wrong way in the comments, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. You can only do makeovers for the platinum hostesses. Your bronze, golds, and silvers, and 1 other will not be able to be dressed up. And it costs like 10,000 yen to try to put out an ad for a new girl. I think it gets progressively more expensive when the more successes you have.
I was gonna say, because that seems like a really cheap thing, compared to everything else.
Yeah, I want to say it's 10,000 more every time you get a success. But I literally only did that to demonstrate it, so... So yeah, between rounds, you can also talk with the platinum hostesses to take them out and have a conversation with them. This is the I guess classic hostess chatting minigame that's in this series. Compared to Zero, where it was hostess training and you had like 5 or 6 conversations interspersed with like 2 or 3 minigame outings,
Yeah.
it's a lot more streamlined. You have 3 conversations with them, and then you can go do their side story. And then once you do, I think the second one, you can go invite them out to like karaoke. Which we'll do next video, just because this video is a little long in the tooth.
I'm not sure I really like the way that Kiryu's saying his thing, where it's like, don't worry, we're just co-workers.
Yeah.
もしかして初めての客に対してもそんな感じなのか？
はい。打ち解けた人には全然普通に話せるん
I
です
do
けど。
appreciate that Kiryu actually gets his voice for these, though.
自分でもそう思い
It
ま
feels
す。
less like a one-sided conversation.
Yeah.
どうすれば緊張しなくて済みますかね。
Hey Kiryu, this is where you explain that she's not broken.
それを自分の個性にしてしまえばいい。
え、どういうことですか？
緊張してしまうのも小雪の特徴だと思って前向きに捉えるってことだ。
Man, I tried doing that, but every girl I meet now is like, what the fuck is in the Let's Play?
なるほど。でも人見知りみた
I
いな
think you gotta start a little smaller. Just, instead of using the terminology, just describe it.
客の好みはそれぞれだ。
Oh, you play games? That's
緊張している
gross.
初々しいキャストが好きな連中も多いはずだぜ。
And that's where you find
桐生さん
and that's where you turn around and try to find someone who's more receptive to your hobbies.
See, this is where I'm just gonna start speedrunning. That'll be my trick.
期待してるぜ。
That's how I'll meet
なん
like-minded
か緊
people.
張もほぐれてきた気がします。さすが桐生店長ですね。一生ついていきます。
調子のいいやつだぜ。しかし人見知りといい。
So yeah,
小雪はまだまだ
Koyuki's thing is that she's kind of, I guess, shy and introverted, and she was inspired by her hero Yuki to get into this business because Yuki was also shy and introverted and more or less did the same thing 20 years ago.
お前の趣味の話でもすればいいんじゃないか。
Koyuki is
趣味？
more or less trying to emulate her idol.
Look, Pocket Circuit is nothing to be ashamed
客
of.
は小雪のことが知
Oh
り
yeah,
たい
no,
はずだからな。
I have no problem with
何かないのか。
wanting to be like your heroes.
例えば
I would talk about Pocket Circuit all the time.
私家が貧乏で
If only we could talk about more Pocket Sword through this LP.
Well, okay, so I do have a Phantom Blade Black Special.
何かあった
Still
か
sitting there, still waiting.
はい
It's ready to go. Like, I just need
ユ
a
キさん
track.
ですね
どういうことだ
ユキさんを
How much does it
観
cost
察
to
し
get
た
a
りユキさんの写真
a
を撮
whole
ったり
track?
そ
I
の
can't
写真を
imagine
眺
it'd be
めたり
cheap.
するのが好き
I
なん
don't
です
know. They kind of like, the way that
だから
mine,
強いて言うな
when
ら
I bought it, it was kind of like suggested that she could just like use it on the
小
street,
雪
like just out in the open. So,
I suppose that's an idea.
like, it's not out of the cards, but I'm pretty sure that like having an actual track would be better.
Yeah.
好きです
I guess really like if you wanted to see track prices, just go to like Hot Wheels, see how much those would cost, and then
吸収し
I
たい
don't
っ
know,
て気持
add
ちもあるんで
20%
す
as the size is bigger.
勉強も兼ねていると
And
いう
you'd
わけか
probably have to wait. The Pocket Sword cars are way bigger than an actual like Hot Wheels car, aren't they?
Yeah, but at a certain point, like when you're mass producing plastic, it doesn't cost an
小雪
exorbitant
が
amount.
キャバ嬢になろうと思った理由は何だ
I just
I,
feel
I
like it
imagine
wouldn't
you'd
be
have to
that
pay a little
expensive.
more.
雪の影響
I
か
imagine you'd have to pay a little more for like import fees
そうですね
too.
ユキさん
Oh,
に
yeah, for sure.
憧れたからです実は私大学に通ってるんですけど
ほうそうなのか
はいでも結構学費が高いんでとあるスナックでアルバイトをすることにしたんです
Oh, what'd you do? I was a
そし
bouncer.
たらそこにある日伝説のキャバ嬢と呼ばれる女性が飲みにやってきて
それが雪だったのか
はい
Just gonna imagine that Yuki's walking around with like fur
こ
coat,
んなに綺
eye
麗な人いる
patch,
んだって思いました
cigarette.
でも話すと気さくな変な人でそんな
No,
ユキ
she's
さん
still
に
the
私は一
same
目惚れしたんです
dork from 20 years ago.
あ
She's
の
a,
人と一緒に働きたい
she probably like
あの人
fell
みたいに
into the
なり
bar
た
by
い
accident.
そういう思いで次の日にはユキさんのいるお店の門を叩いていました
そうだったのか
でもこの仕事をすればするほどユキさんの偉大さと自分のしょぼさが身に染みてはあ私みたいなチンチクリンがユキさんみたいになりたいなんておこがましいですよね
This is where you do that thing where you slap them so that they wake up, right? Where they're like,
全て
you're
は小
fooling
雪次
yourself.
第じゃない
You
か
can be whatever you want.
私次第
Or better yet, like, don't
雪は伝説のキャバ嬢と呼ばれた女だ
self-esteem get in the way
小
of
雪が
your
目指している
potential.
のはそれだけ高い目標
Yeah, it's all in the mind.
当然今のお前では難しいだがこれからの頑張り次第では可能性は出てくる
桐生さん
どんなプロも最初は素人からスタートしたんだ
Should have seen Yuki 20 years ago, Yuki. He was just like
夢
you.
はつかめると
Let me tell you the stories of of her
私
back
次第
then.
やっぱり
Not that Kiryu can tell
諦め
those
ちゃダメ
stories.
ってことですよね不器用かもしれないけどコツコツ頑張ってきっとユキさんみたいな素敵な人にな
I
って
mean, you
る
don't think that him and Majima were pen
桐
pals?
生さん見ててくださいね
I mean, I know
That's what I like to
Kiryu knows
imagine.
楽
of.
しみにしてるぜ
I know Kiryu knows of Majima's time at the clubs,
小雪が
especially after
現役学
they
生
had
だ
that
ったのか
conversation in Club Shine
大学はちゃんと
in
通ってるの
Kamurocho
か
in Kiwami 1.
I just really want them to have
単
been
位は
pen
もう
pals
ほぼ
back
全
in
部
the
取
day.
っちゃったんで最近はほとんど行ってないんです
Before
けど
texting
ね
became a thing.
でも学費が高くて今も生活には結構苦労してるんで
Dearest Majima,
そう
I
なん
beat up
だ
3 people today.
フォーシャ
They
インのエ
threatened
ース
an
なん
old
だから
lady. That is
そ
not
れでも
nice.
少しは潤ってると思う
I only used one bike this time.
実は自分の学
I
費の支
kept
払い
property
の他
damage
に
low.
弟たちの学費と生活費も工面してるんで
Anyways,
すよ
excited to hear back from you.
だからどうしても
And your
残
cabaret
る金
club
額は少な
adventures.
くなっちゃうんで
Yours
あまり
truly,
贅沢はしません
XX
ね
Kiryu.
小雪
XX.
P.S. How do you keep writing your letters with your baseball bat?
それなら今日は好きなだけ食え
Yes, can you tell me where you got a
それ
back
が一
stain
番嬉しいです
in the shape of a baseball? I would like my own.
まだまだ食べますよ
ああたくさん食べて今まで以上に頑張ってくれ
はい私頑張ります
Okay, so after every conversation, depending on how well the conversation went, the girl gets can get a pretty sizable experience bonus. I also don't think you can have these conversations until every like 10 levels or so.
Man, Big Bubble Galaxy it's not the same. Ever since they got rid of Saturn Slush, it's just downhill.
I mean, it's okay. Not my favorite, but you know, what can you do? Oh, one other thing I appreciate they did between 0 and Kiwami 2 is that you can have those conversations all at once, like as long as they're available.
Gotcha.
You don't have to do them one by one.
I'm noticing somebody there.
Okay, so
Are we sure we want them on our team? Considering last time I remember seeing them, they had a knife.
Oh, it's fine.
Probably murdered somebody.
It's fine. That hasn't happened yet. And these are different Onos.
You can't prove that.
Anyway, it's time to take on the Fresh League. So we're going up against the Hiroshima Club run by Kana. There's also considerably less story around each club. Like basically, you just try to get enough fans to match the current champ of that league, and then you can just go for it.
I mean, it could be worse, I suppose.
Yeah, they did a lot to streamline Cabaret Club Grand Prix versus Cabaret Club Czar back 20 years ago. Yet.
I guess in Japan, the saying is moldy instead of being rusty.
Maybe?
That or somehow we're gonna like turn into zombies or something.
So, every time we start a championship battle, Warno always shows up to hype up the battle. Also, I like the idea that Kana and her crew just came down from Hiroshima and then are going back up to Hiroshima to do battle.
Of course. Look, it's part of the showing off process.
ついにやってまいりましたリーグチャンピオンシップ果たして勝利の女神はどちらに微笑むのか
負けないです
負けらんねえな
キャバクラグランプリナンバーワンを選ぼうのさあついにバトルスタートです
So the actual ranking battles play out mostly the same. They have a different song that's way more intense. But you're directly competing against the opposing club, and you can see how well they're doing just below how well you're doing up at the corner.
Right.
They also have their own fever meter, and every club, or I guess every platinum hostess has their own heat fever they can use. All of which are pretty detrimental to you. I believe every club has a set amount of money they make, so all you have to do is top whatever they make.
Right.
I would give that figure, but I don't remember it, and we'll see it at the end of the battle anyway, so no big deal.
Can't believe you haven't used any of the either Ono.
I'm just waiting for someone who actually would be receptive to them.
They're getting
I don't know
double
why
S's.
these people. They're what?
They're getting double S's in some of the categories.
Oh, I suppose I should mention that those categories at the bottom: sexy, elegant, cute, and funny. Some customers are looking for specific traits in a girl, and the better those are, the more receptive that customer will be to said girl.
Right.
失礼します ごゆっくりどうぞ
It's like, man, they really recycled all of the same animation.
They kinda did, yeah. There are two new things. Fever Time Level 3 gets a custom animation of its own. And then there's the Oil Baron thing, which I don't remember if the Oil Baron should show up in the Fresh League or not. If a guest is ending their session in a not happy mood, you can try to give them a gift or apologize to try to improve. It's mostly I guess a PR move to try to get more fans.
いらっしゃいませ お会計ですね
Hey, we found one who's looking for Ono Michiko.
Finally.
Because Ono Michiko is a goddess of parties, I guess.
So you might be wondering how I have this orange on my hair.
Well, I just love my hometown of Ono Michiko just that much that I want to spread the joy of the Hasaku oranges.
I developed a severe allergy after being bitten by a radioactive orange.
Would you like to try the orange on? It's a little heavy, but it's very comfy.
Whenever an Ono cries, it's just lemon juice.
Okay, so I guess I did just notice that the two Ono girls are amazing in two particular stats, Party and Love. Those are other stats that a customer might be looking for. Like the guy who's currently talking with Koyuki is looking for someone who's got a really high love stat. Those stats there actually do go up on level up. So getting those up high is just a matter of using healing the girls more. And I did just notice actually that. Sorry, what?
Never mind, go on.
I was gonna say I did just notice that using Fever Time actually counteracts the opponent's fever meter in this game, which makes this a lot easier than it was in Zero. Because I don't think there was any way to interrupt your opponent's fever time.
当社員店長さりげなくフォローします 残り時間はあとわずかラストスパートだ当社員フィーバータイムだもうお願いします
Alright, so what, 1.25 million?
Something like that. I guess I'll go look up what Club or Kana's Fever Time actually is.
お会計ですね
I
っしゃいませ。
よろしく頼むよ。
お会計ですね。
I guess it's nice that it tells you that, like, it's telling you directly that you're getting more fans through word of mouth. You're doing a good job.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. The more fans you have, the more people who are willing to come to your club. So if you want to make sure you absolutely dominate your rival, just have more fans than them, like a considerable amount more.
Yeah. I feel like this is gonna turn into like every club is gonna have like a 400,000 point / money increase.
Nah, I think it's a lot more dramatic than that. Okay, Kana's Fever Time takes away or ends 2 of your customer sessions immediately.
Sucks.
Yeah, so if you let that happen, it can be kind of hard to recover from. I imagine it would also like lower the hospitality points of the girl serving those guys.
Do you know if it affects anybody currently in a fever time? Because I always thought those were like.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, I always felt like in Zero that was the case. Was that if they're in fever time, they don't get affected by it.
Yeah, that I assume so too. Where being in fever time basically makes you immune to disruptions like that, but I don't actually know. Oh, okay. I don't think Kana's actually drains HP because there's another one later that sends people home and drains HP.
There's some harsh language to include in this game.
Seriously.
Damn. That alphabet.
Whoever came up with that deserves an enormous raise.
Keep in mind, I couldn't tell because I was in this club and not yours. So there's technically no way.
I'm just going to assume that they had a chance to watch the footage from the Hiroshima Club while they were on the bullet train back to Osaka.
That or, like, the Hiroshima Club has their own announcer, and so they were just listening into the results over the radio or something.
Yeah, it's possible too.
Like, presumably this is being transmitted out to the public.
Yeah. And Kiryu, those are some really nice words of encouragement, and you've only been here like 2 days.
Kiryu clearly has never played League of Legends.
That's probably for the best. Anyway, when you defeat a club in the ranking battle, you poach their top girl at for yourself. So now we have 2 platinum hostesses.
failed us, and then like turns them into stone or something.
Oh no. Anyway, next up is Aika? Aika? I don't know. I think it's Aika.
Yeah, it's
and
probably Aika.
there's something that's always bothered me about her model. I think it's just the overpronounced bottom eyelid?
Maybe.